For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well.
What do you see when you look at me? How about from this angle? Maybe I look a little less human from behind. How about now? Oh, and before you ask, no, you can't touch my hair. Oh, and yes, this is my real voice. Does this jacket make me look intimidating? How about now? Yeah, you're right. This headscarf is a bit too black, isn't it? Or should I say, exotic? To some of you, this will just be a black square. To others, this will be a reminder of Blackout Tuesday. Blackout Tuesday was used to amplify black voices. However, if your activism began and ended with this black square, you have now become part of the problem. It acknowledges the issue at hand, but that's about it. It's like having a firefighter arriving at a house that has gone up in flames and saying, "Oh, that's a shame, I wish the fire would just go away," without actually making any effort to put out the flames. I made this piece to document snaps I had seen on social media, to try and encapsulate the other side of the story, the stuff you don't hear about on the news. It started as a way to get my thoughts out on paper, sketching becoming some sort of therapy to distract from the heaviness lingering over me. There is something so weird about an incident almost lifting the lid on incidents you have suppressed for copious years. Suddenly you become the spokesperson for black people. What should I read? What has been your experience? I had no idea this was really happening. Trying to explain to someone that the country they benefit from is the same system that works against me. Trying to explain to someone that racism in the UK is truly a pandemic, a hidden pandemic, so hidden that if you aren't trained to see it, you could miss it. What if I told you that up until 2015, UK taxpayers were still paying off government debt borrowed to pay millions of compensation to rich slave owners? Yes, 2015. Covert racism is a form of racial discrimination that is disguised or subtle, rather than public or obvious. Covert racism. Every now and then in life as a person of colour, you'll encounter somebody who doesn't like you because of how you look. They don't say it, but you can feel it. It's almost as though their distaste lingers in the air around you. You can see it in their eyes, in the way they move around you. It lingers in the tone of their voice, their body language. Everything about their energy screams, yuck. Covert racism. It often looks like somebody putting invisible but insurmountable obstacles in your way. It looks like an education system that thinks that Black history begins and ends at Martin Luther King. An education system that falls short of teaching you your own history. It looks like stepping into an interview and knowing immediately that you won't be hearing back from them because of the silent but almost tangible disapproval you felt as you shook their hand. It looks like walking into a shop and it taking that bit longer to be served. It looks like walking down the street and somebody clutches their bag. It looks like the shock that somebody so dark could be educated. Now, things have got to change. There are plenty of non-racist people in the world, but we need people that are actively, I repeat, actively anti-racist. Actively working to put a stop to systems worldwide that allow for the oppression of black people. This may look like conversations about racism and white privilege at home or with colleagues. It may look like taking the time to educate yourself, then educating those around you. It may look like stepping in at work, at the supermarket, in the corner shop when you witness covert or overt racism. Do not expect this to be comfortable. You'll need to get used to the discomfort. Just know a moment of discomfort will never compare to the 400 plus years of oppression, and not to mention the transgenerational trauma that comes with it. Change is not comfortable, but necessary. Research. Know your facts. Join the fight.